I'm delighted to see you here. How are you enjoying the atmosphere of the Olympiads?
Okay, it's something that I experienced a lot. But it's
hang on,
somehow
Malta 1980 was
correct.
your first?
The first one, Malta 1980. Yes. So I played 8 Olympiads, 4 on the Soviet flag, 4 on the Russian flag, 8 gold medals, team medals, and quite a few individual medals.
Yeah.
6 times was the captain of the team, so twice for the Soviet Union and 4 times for Russia. So last time bled. Actually, last time Russian team won. So I was in Istanbul in 2012. So though I didn't walk that much, just around the hall, but it's a unique event. So what I can say, it's not just the Olympiad, because it's the when people talk about Olympiad, they think about this Olympic Games, but Chess Olympiad is special because it combines high class event with all the best players. Now we're just looking at match Russia-China or other great matches. So this is a big game. So top players, 2,700 plus, 2,800. Magnus is playing. There's everybody's watching. But it also has a lot of people, a lot of chess players from countries where chess, is yet at the stage of development, and for them it's a unique experience. They are in the same tournament hall with the greatest players on the planet, and it's not just they can learn. I mean, you can watch the game on the internet, but it's not the same as you are there. And I think it's
a unique atmosphere.
It's a unique atmosphere. Yeah. So that's why it's when people are dreaming about chess being part of the big Olympics. I mean, it's great, but that means there were very few teams playing. So we lose, the uniqueness of the event, which it's already the 41st Olympiad since 1927. Yeah. Chess can and should be proud of 2 great traditions: the World Championship match, uninterrupted since 1886, and Chess Olympiad, since 1927. So,
but of course, you're not here as a chess tourist. You're here on business.
No, actually here I'm a chess tourist. Chess-wise, I'm a tourist. Yes.
Yeah, but you're here on business.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm here on business.
And you're fighting for the FIDE presidency.
Yes. And
the vote takes place on August the 11th, I believe.
Yes.
Tell us your vision for the chess world. What do you want to make better?
Look, I'm afraid we don't have enough time to tell how many things could and should and must be improved.
Yeah. If you could name a couple of things, your vision for the chess world.
It's one of the key elements, of course, is just actually to expand our base, which means we have to integrate chess into education. Actually, I should emphasize, not in the schools, in education. Sounds, semantic, but it's very important.
Okay.
We just don't want chess in the school premises. We want chess as part of modern educational system.
Part of the curriculum.
Yeah, it could be, it could be compulsory. It could be selective, but it should be part of the program. I think it's very important because chess has a lot to offer. And while educational system around the world is facing new challenges, and these changes are imminent. And I've been traveling around the world. I met probably more authorities from educational quarters in different countries than chess players. And I can tell you that chess has a unique opportunity now to present our unique values. And in many countries, I know there's already data had been accumulated. And I built several Kasparov chess foundations around the world, in the United States, in Europe, in Africa, in Johannesburg, in Singapore, Asia Pacific, in Mexico, Ibero-American one, and more to come. And I think that having concept that will allow chess to become part of education system is vital. Then we have to also look for for the commercial sponsorship. But commercial sponsorship just doesn't that doesn't come to you. I mean, you have to make an effort, and this effort means you have to present something that is attractive for the sponsors, attractive for corporations.
And how do you do that? How do you make it
I think it's just this. We have to sell it's an image of the game that is based on 3 key components. One is it's of course education. Another one is technology. It's chess always struggled with a big screen. The presentation on the big screen doesn't look as attractive as football or basketball or tennis. But now everything has been gradually moving into the small screen.
Yes.
And that's where we have our competitive advantage. Because, watching football on a small screen and just on your mobile, it's not as exciting. While playing chess, following the games, listening to the commentaries, learning, that's all can be done.
Yeah.
And of course, social networking. This is the key element. Chess is, you may argue it's probably the first social network ever in history, because the way chess has been moved, from country to country, changing, adjusting to different realities. I mean, it's a unique history. 1,500 years of this travel around the world, and it's still there, and it's still very attractive. And the different forms of chess played. Of course, we're talking about the one that is just being promoted by FIDE, but there are many other forms. And by the way, I believe we should work with all different forms of chess.
Well, that's very interesting. So, for example, in India, there
you don't need, but Thai chess, Cambodia, Myanmar chess. There's 3 similar versions that are.
And you want to bring these into the fold?
No, it's like a family, because because it also shows that chess has history. Because all these 3 games I mentioned, they have connections to Shatranj, so that shows their Arab roots. But also you have, of course, Shogi, don't forget. So you have Chinese chess.
Are you interested in bringing Shogi into
I'm interested, just to use FIDE as this sort of as an umbrella for all these different kinds of chess. Because we can offer, the promotion for them. And again, this is our chess. This is, you may call international chess, by far the most popular one. But again, demonstrating these historic connections, I think it's quite important.
It's very interesting.
But now let's go back to the social network, the way we understand it. The way FIDE is organized today, and that's fundamental. It's vertical. You have, it's typical. If you have Putin's crony running the organization, everything will be vertical of power. So now we have to move it into horizontal. We have to create a structure with many different, power centers around the world. Okay. That will be built by the federations, not by the order from the top. Okay. Because it's not FIDE first, as Mr. Iluzhinov insists on his website. It's federations first. This is a fundamental philosophical difference. I believe federations should be given powers to actually come up with plans. We don't know how to organize chess life in West Africa or in Oceania, and we don't have to. We have to help these federations to do what is the best. So that's
kind of devolvement you're talking about.
It's decentralization, because FIDE is too big, 181 federations and different realities. But what brings us together? Again, this is a giant social network. Now, one of the key elements of this program, of the social network, it's universal rating system. Every game played on the planet must be calculated for the rating. So the number of points will be reduced with reduction of time. Classical chess has maximum points, and then you go to rapid and then to blitz. Okay. The reason I insist on that is because we have millions of people who have been playing chess around the world, but not part of the system. We have to create, this
bring everyone into the fold.
Exactly. It's where Jens and Sumus were one family. So and these millions of people, this is our argument with sponsors, because we have the numbers. It's not that we have to invent them. We don't have to waste money on advertising. It's there. What we need, and that's what we're missing, badly missing, is we need to make sure that these numbers will materialize.
Okay. Now, you've made part of your campaign a particular issue of transparency. Forgetting about the other side, what I'd be interested in is, where are the funds coming for your campaign? Because you've been campaigning for about a year now, and there have been events, and you've been travelling all over the world. How is your campaign funded?
My campaign is funded by private individuals that were making donations to various Kasparov chess foundations. Or to our campaign fund in New York. It's all transparent, so it's the money doesn't come from unknown sources. So there were several key individuals that made massive donations.
And who were those key individuals? Would you mind me asking?
Okay, one of them is on my ticket. Then Greg Sinkfeld. Let's not forget, the richest man in the state of Missouri and the greatest donor probably ever in the history of chess. And there's several other Americans and Brits. Who were interested in supporting the game of chess, and believe that no progress could be made without FIDE being changed. So I have nothing to hide. All our accounts are absolutely open. So if people asking me, so we just we again we are operating under the laws of respective countries. And in America, the foundations that have been receiving the funds, they operate under American law, and we can't even think of violating these laws, because then we will not be dealing with smear campaign run by my opponent, but with law enforcement.
Very good. Now, we have a World Championship match that should be taking place this year, supposedly in November in Sochi. Now, if you win the presidency, I have a funny feeling that will not be taking place in Sochi. Do you have a plan B? Do you have something lined up for the World Championship?
I know this is hypothetical. No. It's hypothetical, but but unfortunately, the match in Sochi is also hypothetical. So it's just we're in August. We are less than 3 months away from this hypothetical match in Sochi. There's no contract. There's nothing there. So it's only Mr. Ilumjinov's announcement. So is it normal that the World Championship match, which is a crown jewel of the world of chess, and the most important event which helps us to drag corporate sponsorship and to demonstrate the beauty of our game, that this match is not yet funded. So let's not forget. Russia today is facing, increasing various sanctions, and the man who runs the Sochi area, Mr. Tkachov, is already in sanction list. Does it, will it help the promotion of the game of chess that this match, if it takes place, will be run in the place that is not open for corporate sponsorship? So. First of all, I'm not sure that we have to even consider organizing a match in November, because it's a joke that the match is run every year. Why? What is a rush? The World Championship match must be properly prepared.
But I mean, coming back to the nub of it, you'd be confident that if you won, you'd be able to stage some kind of World Championship match. If not in November, then
no. It's not in November. Yeah. But I said already yesterday, in my interview in Norwegian press, that in 45 days, because now it's August, you should give me a little bit more time. In 45 days, I will raise significant corporate funds to guarantee that the match will take place in a good location with conditions that this match deserves, and that will be the event that we'll all be proud of. But you cannot and you should not force sponsors, real sponsors, to organize match hastily. Every serious sponsor needs at least 6-7 months. So that's why, should I be elected, this match will take place in April, May next year, and it will be a great event that everybody will be proud of.
Very good. As I said, the vote takes place on August the 11th. Well, how are things going? What's your prognosis?
It's a very tough fight. So we expected our opponents, behaving badly, but now they're trying to sort of hit new laws every time. So as it stands now, we'll finish the whole proxy story. So with this votes being moved, and it's quite amazing that our opponents collected proxies from delegations that are here. It shows that they have no trust even in those who are allegedly supporting them, and they don't want these people who will be sitting in the hall, the delegates, to vote. So they do their proxies. We could prove that 14 votes that they control today, they must be discounted. That's very, very clear. So we could see. We could see from the lack of evidence that was not presented to the Electoral Committee that these votes are illegally obtained. But anyway, so talking about the numbers,
yes,
I think we are okay, because what is very important for us is to make sure that this vote is secret. There's a huge sympathy vote,
yes,
that is being masked, just as behind closed doors. People believe that that the change is necessary, and many of them believe it's imminent. And what we're trying to secure now is that this vote is truly secret.
Yeah.
Because it's supposed to be so, but we know that our opponents always try to check the votes, and again, the fact is that in the proxy business, they were going after the delegations that are in the hall, demonstrates that they'll try to do the same, but I don't think they'll succeed. So if we guarantee the security of the secret ballot, I think we're going to win.
Okay, well, let's leave the politics aside. And I want to bring you back to being a chess tourist.
Yeah, okay, chess tourist.
Come on, let's look at some chess, your real passion. Of course, Russia are playing China today. Now, this is a real match of the big beasts. I mean,
absolutely.
We've had 2 draws so far. We have 2 games still going. Vladimir Kramnik against Wang Yue and Ding Liren against Alexander Grishuk. Let's take a look at the game between Kramnik and Wang Yue. That's the position on the board. Kramnik with the white pieces. White play.
Okay, he takes the, yeah.
I guess he takes a bishop.
Yes.
Well, yes, there was a check there.
Yeah,
wasn't
but
there?
it's
okay.
too.
Yeah.
Now, I'd guess knight king f7. It's not easy, knight goes on d5, and black has very, pawn on e6 is weak, but pawn on e4 is very weak. And black knights have, solid.
They have good posts, don't they?
They have good posts, yeah. So whether Kramnik can win, I doubt. I think it's black has probably sufficient company, because if goes rook e2, if now he goes rook e2, then knight goes on d4. On d4.
Knight d4,
d4, and then you cannot attack the knight because that check on f3. So, and black is definitely fine. So I think that's
balanced.
I think his position is balanced. I think the Chinese players they're stubborn, and I think he will survive. So
but white shouldn't be worse here.
No. White is not worse, but it's just still hard to imagine that. But winning seems to me
tough job.
Well, yeah, very good.
Okay, let's move over to
second game. Yes,
Ding Liren against Alexander Grishuk. That's
not good.
Grishuk with black. Oh my goodness me! 2 pawns down. It's the first time I've seen this game actually.
Actually, when I left the hall, he was 1 pawn up. But again, the pawn. No. They just when I left the hall, he was 1 pawn up, because it's just this. If you go back, what is this back?
Wait a second. Hang on. Okay, now.
Yeah, this is the. I left the hole somewhere just at this position. Yeah. Okay. This is I left the hole like queen c5, so black is pawn up. But you could see it was actually a very good pawn sacrifice, because I think Grishuk had a good position, but he actually had a very. I didn't see what's happened. He took pawn on a2, and eventually, he lost his bishop. I think he did something wrong, because now it's a pawn up, but you see there's so many weaknesses. So the
bishops are very strong.
It's not just the bishops are strong, but the pawn on e4 is weak. Pawns are there weak. Bishop on g7 is not playing. So there's too many weaknesses. So I thought that black could have some problems, but now he lost all 3
points.
Well,
let's see how we got there.
Wow. How on earth he lost b7 pawn? Wow. Okay, he was queen b7, yes.
Okay, so he's trying to pin his hopes on some opposite color bishop.
Rook c4, but he plays rook c5 now, probably. Okay, I don't know, as maybe, but no, maybe even simply plays b4. I'm not sure he even doesn't need it. He can start pushing the pawn.
Even this opposite color,
I don't believe there's
even if all the heavy pieces were traded.
I don't believe
very hard to draw this.
No, I don't think it's. Just 2 pawns. B pawn is the pass pawn.
Too fast.
I think.
But also, this bishop is still horrible, actually.
Yeah, he still needs. Okay, technically, he
takes
can.
Time.
It's if his queen shows up on d2, bishop can go on h4, but that's a little bit of a fantasy. So that's takes a little bit of time for this.
Wait a second. Coming back to Vlad's game, he's taken instead of taking on b2, he took on e6.
Okay, that's what I told you. Yes, that's possible. I told you that's
you told me, Gary.
I told you that is just you took immediately on b2, so you didn't even look at this. Yeah, you made me look stupid. So we're analyzing the game that that was irrelevant. Now, okay, so that's a very different ball game. Now it's a very different ball game. So now black is in trouble. Okay, probably only move now for black if he wants to kick is rook f8. I would say only chance. Rook takes b2 and knight d5.
Okay, still tricky. The knights are good.
Yes, knights are good. Pawns are weak. Maybe there's still drawing chances for black. Maybe bishop f1.
Bishop f1, yeah.
Bishop f1.
Okay, but this looks fun because suddenly the bishop is finding some new perspectives.
No,
here.
then just no. That's not. That's done. No, rook takes e6. Wow,
Good move. Okay.
natural move. I mean, it's not a good and natural move. Actually, you know what is this? Why don't you just come back and maybe there's a little.
Wait a second. We got a couple moves. We've got.
Yeah. Okay. King f8 now.
It's gone. It's gone.
Yeah. Go king g7. He goes king g7.
Yeah.
Yes. Rook b2 and king f6. That's interesting now because the bishop suddenly bishop is dominated. Suddenly his bishop is dominated. That's very interesting now.
Well, okay.
It must
so
go
I
back.
come back here.
Mag-
Let's see.
And
I
then
don't know.
now black has.
I don't know whether it's better to go back to g4. I'm
Okay,
not sure.
okay, maybe g4 is better.
Don't
yes.
know.
Maybe g4 is better. And he should probably go knight d5 anyway. Has some drawing chances, but that's the.
Okay, but if we
Some
can
drawing.
if we can bring the rook in, if we just give this pawn and then play rook d2, something like this.
Yeah, that's probably almost a done deal.
Just to bring the rook in somewhere.
Yeah.
One of these squares.
Yeah, that's.
Okay, so it's looking good for Vlad.
Absolutely. But bad for Grisha.
But bad for Grisha, which
So that's
could be 2-2.
probably 2-2.
Yeah.
Probably
Shall we,
2-2.
let's have a quick look at Magnus's game. I'm interested.
Magnus, it should be. Is it still? Is still playing? When I
let's
left the
try
hole.
and find the game. Wait a second.
When I left the hole, he was.
Where is
I
this?
think he's already. I mean,
Where is
I wouldn't be surprised if he already,
Patin?
finished off his opponent.
Norway. Where's Norway?
Okay, let's look at Magnus' game, and I have to go to book signing. There's a line there.
You're
Yeah.
a busy man.
Yes,
I know.
I'm a busy man. Let's have a quick look at Magnus.
Okay, what's the time? Here we go.
I have to go.
Yeah, you have to go.
He's still playing.
This is Magnus's game. He won. Magnus won.
Man. Okay, actually, there's no. We won already, yeah.
Yeah, well, let's just see this very quickly.
Yeah, because no defense. The rook goes on h3, and it's a typical Magnus game. Nice game.
Okay, let's just.
Okay. Let me
Let's
leave the audience.
Yeah, we'll just leave the end of this game because
Yeah, but
we were looking at this earlier and
it's brilliant maneuver. So there's bishop h3, bishop e6, and now knight d5. It's just it's a also beautiful solution because he's not looking for. There are many tactical solutions. I believe there were bishop b3 was winning as well, but now just black has nothing to do. Rook h3 next move.
Yeah.
Rook h3 next move, and and that's it. And then goes absolutely.
Yeah.
So that's a very simple.
Magnus, he's extraordinary, isn't he? His games have this kind of elegance,
Okay.
real elegance. I
That's a sign of greatness.
Absolutely, but when you were tutoring him, did you perceive this kind of aesthetic quality in his play?
But I also he has a great combination of Karpov and Fischer. So it's Karpov precision and Fischer's passion to push for initiative, just look for the chances. So I think he's yet to surprise us with his achievements.
What do you think you brought to Magnus's game when you were tutoring him?
It's
what do you
different.
think?
Help him with the openings, how to study them, but also I think it's a different algorithm of making decisions because my style is different.
Yeah.
And that's why for him it was very helpful actually to see the chessboard from the eyes of the player of the totally opposite school of thought.
Right.
So that's helpful. That's why it became more universal.
Gary, I'll let you go. I wish you
fine.
well.
Thank you
so much.
Thank you.
Great.